What's up, guys? I'm gonna set this room up real quick, and then we can get started. I'm gonna send this link out to Joey and the guys, and we'll probably just be hanging out, taking trades. I mean, the market today has just been all over the place. It hasn't been really that good, so I haven't been trading at all today. I only took those US 30 trades this morning. That's pretty much it. But yeah, let me just finish setting this up, and then we should be good to go. Send this link out to Joey real quick. There we go. All right. I'm gonna send this link out to you guys real quick.
Yo.
Oh, what's up, Joey? How's it going, bro?
It's going good. How's it going for you?
All right, man. Just chilling. Freaking market's whack, so I literally just been chilling. I haven't taken.
I got slammed this morning on that call. Slammed.
Yeah. What did you take? You were trading US 30.
Yeah.
Dude, market's garbage right now. I'm not even gonna bother messing with it.
Yeah. Last night I killed it. Like I'm just messing with the FTMO demos. But
yeah,
last night I made like 700.
Yeah, I scalped last night. I took some nice scalps for US 30, and then I kind of called it a night a little early, around like 10, 11 my time. And then I'm kind of glad I did, because the market kind of got kind of funky after that.
Like reversed.
Same with the Forex pairs, like that USD CAD call that I made. That thing was like, it looked like I was gonna hit TP, and then it straight up reversed. I was like, damn, I'm probably gonna sit out today for the most part, because it's just market's just, it's going back and forth. Like if you look at US 30, that thing bounced like so high, and we thought it was gonna, like, everyone was waiting for it to come down.
Yeah.
And then it just shot up like crazy. So right now I think it's still, let's see.
I'm in a sell right now.
Oh, you're in a sell?
Yeah.
Check out the sentiment.
I'm in profit.
See, sentiment is damn, dude, look how many people are short. I think it's gonna keep going up. 78% people are short. That's a lot of people that are short.
Yeah.
So I would move your stop loss and profit if you could. Maybe move it up to this level right here, just in case.
What is that? What is the price?
It's at 32,345.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd probably be a safe area, because I think it's going to drop during Asia session. It's just going to have a slow drip. It's just going to drip, and I think during London it might just spike right back up. But we'll see. I mean, the sentiment is just too it's just too high.
So what does that mean? The sentiment, like,
that means all the retail traders are shorting.
They're just shorting the US 30 like fund or whatever?
No, they're in a sell position. So they have like accumulation of, this broker, IG is one of the biggest brokers. They know where everyone's trading, because all of it. So if everyone's short, the institutions know that everyone's short, right? They're not going to short the market, because if they short the market, they're not going to make money. They need to push the market up, because they'll stop these people out. When they stop them out, they make money, because their stop losses are going to be around this area. And when they push price up, it's going to create liquidity, right? When it pushes up, that's where they have those stop loss runs, where you just see price shoot up like right here. Like price pushes up, it hits liquidity, then it just shoots up higher, hits liquidity, pushes up higher. Like these are where everyone's stop losses are. They're in these areas. So the stop losses are here. Price comes down. So this is what happened here. This is what I can see happening, or what did happen, was price came down right here. And what happened was everyone thought it was going to drop, right? So everyone enters a sell position right here. So everyone enters a short. Their stop loss is like right here, right above the wherever the was. So what happens is when price comes up to that point again, see it pushes up like this. When this happens, it creates liquidity because all the stop losses here get triggered, and it pushes price to this next zone up here. So that's you see this big push up this way.
See, what are your thoughts on, because that was the signal this morning, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on like when you get a signal on a huge candle like that? Like it's like the whole move is in that one candle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you not like when you see that? What do you think?
I mean, nothing really. It's just that's why I look at sentiment, because the same move happened the other day on Monday. That's where this signal came. It came dropping down. So that's why we thought it was going to come down with it, but it didn't. So it was the same candle right here. The same big candle, but then it ended up dropping like 3,000 pips.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that, just because there's a big candle, it's gonna, correct back up. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes it keeps pushing down. So it's like a hit or miss. You're never going to be 100% sure, especially for this here. I mean, after seeing this drop right here, this looked like it was going to come down because we were comparing it to Monday's move, because we thought the same thing was going to play out, because it's pretty much this was where the high was. So it's pretty much the same pattern that was playing out from Monday, rejection, sell signal, drop. Tuesday, rejection, sell signal. This dropped even heavier. This dropped like, over 3,000 pips. So we would have figured that, just common sense, we would have thought that this would have dropped again here, because it's the same exact pattern. We had the rejection off the all-time high, sell signal, whenever it happened previously, this dropped like 2,500 pips. And then again, over here, 3,000 pips. So we would have figured, this should have dropped at least like maybe 1,000 pips or so, because it's not that big of a drop. Honestly, if you think about it, it's not that big of a drop, where it can still, like, this could have played out and then it could have still established a higher high, because what could have happened is it could have came down lower and then it could have rejected off here and then just hit our TP, then started pushing back up, right? So that's what we thought was going to happen, but it doesn't always play out like how we think, right? I'm pretty sure the institutions and market makers, they already knew that everyone was trying to short at this area, and that's why we try to pay attention to the sentiment, because if the sentiment's really high, it usually does the opposite of the sentiment. So that's why the sentiment's high over here, because everyone's thinking the same thing. Like, I'm sure you think that it's going to drop because it's so high, right? Like, that's what everyone thinks.
I look at it like the institutions, they're the ones that are they decide what's going to happen, right? Exactly. I look at it when they get to these higher highs, that they want to lock in their profits and sell, and like we got to catch that. Once they get out of the market, like all their power is kind of, because they just made their profit, they're going to jump back in. When it drops a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always I'm always thinking like once they get to that high, like that 32,403, it's like, all right, I'm gonna, they're gonna sell their positions, let it fucking drop, and then they're gonna stop it, and as we think it's going down, still they're gonna push it back up.
Yeah, the thing with US 30 though is that it's a different type of beast, because if you're trading a normal stock, they can sell off and it's fine, right? Because they'll bounce back. With US 30, it's a directional asset. Like, this generally just goes up. Like, if you go like on the monthly or even the daily, it just keeps going up. So it wouldn't really make sense for them to sell it, right? Because it just keeps going up.
Yeah.
So it's different from like trading like a normal stock. Like, if you're trading something like Tesla, they can dump that and then buy it at the dip, because that's more attainable, right? People can afford a stock. They can't afford this actual index. Like, this index is so expensive. Like, each share of this index is 32,000.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So nobody can hold it.
Yeah, they just hold it. It's not like a stock where they can buy like, $100 share or even $1,000 share. This share is like a share of a US 30 is going to be 32,000. So it doesn't really make sense for them to sell it when they can just keep pushing it up, right? Like, they'll sell it, but they'll sell it when it's in their favor. Like, they don't want to sell it when all the retail traders are selling, because then they don't make money that way. They make money by stopping all these people out and then selling it at that point. So what they do is they'll push it up. They'll push price up until the sentiment goes down, where all the short people get kicked out of the market, and then they sell it. So they get higher, and then they sell it, because what happens when they sell it is retail traders try to buy the dip, right?
Yeah.
So when they try to buy the dip, that's when they buy it and they push it up again, and they do the same pattern over and over again.
What's the correlation between the actual stocks that are in US 30 and the movement? Because I have a little watch list of just all the US 30 stocks.
Yeah. So it's a different compilation. Like you can do this, like when the stocks go up, the actual index goes up, but you can also buy the index. Like the index is what people buy when you're trading the actual, like, the actual.
Yeah. But
So
is this the index pushing it, moving it around, or is it the stocks that determine the value?
it's both, because if the
It's
stocks,
both.
yeah, because if the stocks go up, then the value of the index goes up, right?
Yeah.
So they're both intertwined. So like, people buy the stock increases in value, and then in turn the index goes up as well. And then vice versa. If people are selling the stock, the value of the index goes down as well. So they both kind of complement each other. It just it just depends on what they're trying to push. Because like the institution market makers can push both. They can push the stock or they can push the actual index. It's just they're mirrored, right? So it depends on how they are moving. But yeah, I mean, it's all kind of tied in together. But for the most part, it's just the way that US 30 moves is totally different, and that's why I focus on the sentiment so much, because this has a pretty big effect on how it moves. Because oh, go ahead.
No. What were you saying?
Oh yeah, because like this has been like 80% like since Monday. Like it was like close to 80% on Monday, and it was like way down here. So people are already trying to short, US 30 on Monday, which was like the 8th right here. So people are already shorting down here. It was like 80% and just keeps pushing up higher and higher, right? So all the retail traders just keep getting stopped out. As soon as they get stopped out around like an area of liquidity, they have that stop loss hunt and they just push price higher and higher. And then it just keeps going and going.
Jeez.
Yeah, the only time they drop it like this is to lure in more sellers, right? Because what they do is they'll drop it, they'll lure in people because they think that drop is finally gonna happen, like that big drop, and then it never happens. They just push it right back up.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm trying to, because like, do you like when you're watching it and say you're in position and you have like, is there a consecutive number of candles that say hit a zone and don't break through, where you say, all right, maybe this is it, and let me close my positions?
Not necessarily.
You know what I'm saying though?
Yeah. That works for like other things like Forex, because Forex is a ranging asset, so it goes back and forth. For US 30, it doesn't always respect these zones. Like, let me see. If I go over here, let me just go to like a clean chart, and I'll show you like the difference between like US 30 and like Forex pairs. Because for indices like US 30, they don't really respect the zones at all. Like you'll see them break right through the zones and continue pushing without even stopping. So like if I turn on the SRs right here, you can see that like, let's just replay it from somewhere. Like somewhere over here. Let's see if we could find a zone where it's gonna like break it. So like right here, here's a zone right here. You can see that it tested for a little bit, but then it doesn't always respect it. It'll just like at random, it'll just break right through it like that. So it doesn't always respect it. Like it's not like Forex. Oh, go ahead.
So where you first started it, right? Say you're in a buy.
Yeah.
And you're in profit, and it hits that zone. The zone's probably not on the screen yet because it's, when you're looking at it live.
Yeah.
Like, do you say, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, they're still not breaking through? Like, is it time to just take profits and leave? Or so you see where those four between the two tops, the 4 pivot, the 4 highs right there.
Yeah, like these right here.
Yeah, like if you were in a buy right there in profit, and you see how it's just hitting that bounce and it's not going any higher, are you just going to say, you know what, I'm going to take my profits, and then, because then it dropped down, say, back to your entry?
Yeah. Well, for US 30, I never really like go for those big moves anyways, because I just rescalp it. Like, for example, here, if it breaks structure, like say you're in a buy here, right? Like say price breaks above, like there's a structure right here. If price breaks above it, and then I take a buy right here, I'll do my K2SR strategy. I'll just ride up to there and I'll wait for it to break again. So I'm not going to trade within this area unless I'm scalping. So I'll wait for that area. And then when it breaks again above it here, like, it's just bouncing around this area. I'm not going to take any like intraday positions, but then when it finally does break, like right here, I'll take another buy right there and I'll just ride it to, whatever next zone is available. or not even a zone. I usually go for a target. I don't try to shoot for the zone.
Yeah.
Because the thing with US 30, you know, it moves too fast. So like each pip is like worth, you know, like this is like 1,000 pip move, depending on how big your lot size is. It's a lot
So you
smarter.
could hit that from the bottom, hit it to the top, then you sell to the, you know, the bottom of the zone. Like if you could catch each one, man, you're
Oh yeah,
set.
oh yeah, exactly, dude. Like right here, like you can see how price breaks the zone. Like, you know, if we're using the K2SR strategy, price breaks the zone, you take a long position there, you just ride that up. Again, same situation here. This green candle breaks into the zone, and this red one closes below. You just take another sell right there. You get that full TP, and then again right here, price breaks into the zone, breaks above it. Like this is what I mean about trading within the zone. Because I just, whenever price breaks the zone, I'll take another entry. It breaks into the zone again, breaks back below, another sell right there. And you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. And then when price finally breaks the zone above here, so right here, price breaks the zone, this green candle, breaks back below with this red, you take another sell, and you just write it back and forth. But I don't necessarily like, you know, like you mentioned, like, you know, I don't think about, oh, should I hold on to it? I'm like, no, I'm gonna close out of it. And then as it breaks again, I'll just take another sell. And then right here, price never broke into the zone. So I would have just waited. And then as soon as price broke the zone right here, you know, we would take another long position. And then we usually go for like a fixed amount. I'm probably not going to shoot for like the full amount. You know, I'll shoot for like maybe like 500 pips. I don't go for that full move. Because like, for me, I prefer to just get in and out. Because the thing with US 30 is that it moves so radically that it can reverse on you like at any point. And
it's ridiculous.
Exactly. It's too risky. You know, you can go for those bigger moves, but realistically, it's probably easier to just hop out.
Lock in the 50, the 500, call it a day.
Exactly. And then when it does it again, you just keep doing it again. Like again right here. See, so price breaks the zone again right here. The K2SR zone, we take another short position there. And then we just ride it again for another 500 pips. And then again right here, it breaks the zone. You can probably take another one there. Or I probably wouldn't take this one because it's so close to this lower zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't have taken this one, but you know, if you were going to, it looks like it still would have hit anyways. Right there.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm working on is like just setting the trade and just letting it run.
Yeah, exactly. It's just more so about consistency. You know, it's hard for a lot of people to set the trade and let it run when they're not confident about the strategy. But you know, you're familiar with the strategy, you know how it works, so you know you kind of have some trust there instead of.
Yeah, there was. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say instead of just guessing, you know, like how you were mentioning earlier, like for this move over here, how you mentioned, oh, would I sell off around this area? Like I wouldn't want to think about that because when you start thinking and you're not certain about the move, that's where you start to get worried and you start making mistakes, right? Because you're not confident. So like for me, it's like, all right, I take this trade, I'm gonna go for that for those 500 pips, and that's it. I'm not gonna stress myself out thinking, because this is the worst part, dude. The worst part is like where you hold on to it. You get to this point and you're like, no, it's gotta break, right? You know, like it's gotta break. And then all of a sudden it comes down and you lose all this profit here because you got greedy, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Because that always happens. You know, it's happened to me, it's happened to you, it's happened to everyone. So like for me, I'd rather close down profit, be happy with my profit, and then look for that next opportunity.
Yeah, because I was in a scalp. I don't know if you've seen it last night when Asia opened.
Mm-hmm.
There was I'm sorry to find it online. The first signal was at 2030. I don't know what that is on yours.
Was that last night?
Yeah.
2030. You're on the East Coast, so that would be 1730 me. Let's see, 1730. Was it a scalp entry?
No, it was the you know your trading strategy.
Asian opening.
Oh, the Asian opening. Okay, cool.
First signal. It hit for 50 points again. Mine hit TP, Joey.
Did it?
Yeah.
I'm still in mine.
Wait, was that from today or from yesterday?
I'm looking at today.
Oh,
yesterday. I'm looking at yesterday. I'm sorry. I'm looking at yesterday. My bad.
Okay, so the yesterday one was, let's turn this off. Was a sell signal, right? This one?
Yeah. You see, look, you see the sell, right? The sell comes, and I was in it. And then you see that the buy?
The one next to it?
Yeah, man. When that thing shot up, I was like, oh,
freaked out.
I thought that was it. I was like, that's it. It's going up. And then I just held it. And sure enough, like 30 minutes, whatever that, it went back down. But
Yeah,
I was so nervous, man.
Yeah, you gotta trust Kyle's strategy, bro. That's Kyle's
I guess that's like, is that like what you're saying, like a stop loss hunt or something?
around this area.
That buy signal. So you had to sell. It didn't really drop that much, but then when the buy came, it like went right above that wick in the middle of the sell and the buy.
Here,
But then it dropped. It was like one candle. It just shot up.
let me see if there's zones around there. So we could probably see if there was. So there was, I mean, there was a zone like right there where it rejected from. So I wouldn't. I guess
I think like, it rejected nicely off one of the pivots at that point.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because usually where people like to put their stop losses are like at swings. So like this area up here, this would probably be an area where there's a lot of stop losses around that area, and like a lot around this area. Because what happens is, I mean, it's just common thinking. It's like just the psychology of things. Like when people enter trades, like they're enter a sell right here, they usually like putting the stop loss at like the previous swing. So like just using this for an example, if they were to enter, I don't know, something like this right here, they would put their stop loss like somewhere around there. So that's where the stop loss hunts generally happen, because it's just a high volume area of like where people put their stop losses, where they're all sitting, because when they trigger it, their sells turn into buys because the positions end up flipping.
Oh, okay.
Like for example here, like I don't know, this might be an area. Let's see how I move from there. Yeah, this
like, I don't understand it. Why would it have all that pressure up and then just drop off once it hit the top of that zone? Just
sometimes it just has a spike up like that. Usually they do that to like kick people out of the trade, because like basically right here we had a zone in this area right here, and they just manipulate price, because you've seen sometimes where people are like, price will go to a certain area, it'll hit your stop loss and it'll drop right down to TP, because they just want to kick people out of that trade. Because basically like market makers, or the brokers that are trading against you, because if you're trading with like I forgot what kind of broker they're called, but they're like certain brokers where they actually trade opposite of their
clients, right? Yeah.
They trade opposite. So like what happens is, say you take a sell here, the broker wants to take your position. So what happens is they know that your positions are there. So what happens is they spike price up, they stop you out, then they take over your sell, and then they drop it right back down.
God,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is
that's why I usually put my stop loss a little higher from the swing. So like basically people would put their stop losses at the swings. I'd put a little bit higher, because something like this could happen where it stops you out and then it comes back down. And it happens all the time. Like it happens to people all the time. But just looking at this here, like I was mentioning, when price ends up reaching like these other areas, like I'll show you what a stop loss hunt looks like. This would be a stop loss hunt where price comes up from here, because we already marked up these areas, right? I marked these up as the swing highs. So when price reaches this area right here, this is where the stop loss hunt happens, because it reaches this area and then it triggers liquidity right there, because everyone's stop losses are right here. So as soon as this gets triggered, it just pushes up even higher, and then it triggers this liquidity here, and it just keeps pushing higher and higher, right? So that's where this would be a stop loss hunt, this move right here.
Oh, so if it's a hunt, it's not gonna reverse. It's gonna keep going the whatever direction they want it to go, because as they stop people out, you're saying they have more buying power or selling power.
Exactly. Well, yeah, because the people who are selling, their stop losses are like say for example, you like enter a sell right here because you see price break structure. So just basic thinking right here. If you were to see like where people enter their positions, they usually place their stop loss at the previous swing, which would be right here, right? So that's where this area of liquidity is right here. So whenever price comes up, it's going to trigger all these stop losses, and it's going to push price a little higher. And then on top of that, there's more stop losses above here, because this is the swing before that. So there's stop losses in this area, there's stop losses in this area. And that's why you see like this spike right here. You'll see a small spike here because the stop losses get triggered. It pushes price slightly up. And then as soon as it hits the rest of these stop losses right here, this is where it has a rush of volatility or a rush of liquidity. And then all the stop losses get triggered, and then it just pushes it up from here up to, that area up there. and then it comes back down. Because what happens is they, when they stop you out, it pushes price up, and then that's where, earlier when you mentioned like wouldn't they sell off their positions to take profit, and this is where it happens. They reach this area, it goes into consolidation, they sell off all of their positions, and it comes back down. So you kind of see what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's easy to visualize when you know what you're looking for. Like if we have these zones here, you can see, where the stop losses are probably going to be placed. I mean, they're not always going to be placed in that area, but like I mentioned earlier, like I said, I put my stop losses a little higher than the swing. So my stop losses would actually be like somewhere around this area, and that's where the last rush of liquidity is right here. So it stops people out here, stops them out here, and people who put their stop losses way far out over here, they get triggered, and at that point, that's when they start to sell off, and it comes back down. It's a pretty big drop from here. So you can see that liquidity push price from this stop area, about 1,000 pips. They sell off, they dump it about 1,000 pips this way, and then they just recover it back up, back this way. So it's like a mind fuck, dude. that's what it is. And the thing is, you can't fall for like the same traps, because a lot of new traders and a lot of retail traders, they fall for the same traps because they're looking for the same thing. That's why I try to focus on sentiment when I'm trading, US 30 specifically, because you don't want to be trading where everyone else is trading, right? Because if you trade like this, for example, if you see everyone short, that's where stuff like this happens. Because if, like, for example, if people are short here, like, let me go to where current price is. So let me just take this stuff off. So like I was saying, there's a lot of people that are short right now. So there's 78% of people short right now, US 30. So what's probably going to happen here is you just got to think what other people are thinking, right? You got to think, like, put yourself in the position of other traders. Where are other traders putting their stop loss? So for example, if there's this many people short, you just have to kind of visualize where everyone's stop losses are. Like, let me just turn on the zones real quick. There's no zones above, but you can kind of just eyeball it. So like, for example, if someone was going to enter a short position right here, their stop loss would be around this area, right, at the swing. So this is an area to look out for, because when price, so if everyone's in a sell right here, if price swings up to this point, there's going to be a whole bunch of stop losses in this area right here. So when price reaches this area, if it does, it doesn't necessarily have to reach this area, but if price does reach this area, you can probably expect some liquidity to push up a little higher, right? Like how I showed you earlier.
Yeah. And then it might balance out and then come back down a little bit, like you were saying, right?
Exactly.
After it jumps up.
Yeah, and it's the same thing that happened over here too. Like, for example, like right here, if you were to enter a sell right here, like the sell that we took, everyone had their stop losses in this area right here at the swing. So like, for example, if you entered a sell here, your stop loss would be around this area right here. So as soon as price reaches this area right here, you can see a big rush of liquidity, right? So price reaches that area. As soon as it reaches this like upper area right here where all the stop losses are, you can see a big push of liquidity up to the upside. So we'll see price try to test this area. And then as soon as price breaks above it like that, now we can anticipate a big push upwards. And that's exactly what happened right there, see? Yeah, and for this right here, so this is another trap. Like, you kind of have to, like, what I look for is like what you're looking at earlier. You're looking for that big bearish candle, right? Because they're like luring in sellers. So you see this big red candle right here, and some people would think, oh, it's time to enter a sell here because it's reached the all-time high and it's got to drop. So you got to put yourself in that perspective. Like, if that's what they're thinking, what are the institutions thinking? Like, what's their thought process to pretty much stop the people out who entered right here? Because everyone puts their stop loss at the swing. So like, for example, right there, it breaks the structure, and then now you're just looking for those bearish candles. So like right here, we see some bearish candles. People are probably entering some sells at this point. Like at this point, people are probably entering some more sells. So same situation here. People see this starting to taper off. They're like, oh, this is the new all-time high. Price has to drop, right? So everyone's thought process. They're just like, oh, this has got to drop. So what happens is they enter a short position here. Stop losses are in the same area, right there, right above the swing. So as soon as price reaches this point and stops these people out, there's going to be more liquidity pushing price upwards again. So right here, people get stopped out right there. And then from that point, it pushes up even higher.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a fake out. Look at that.
Yeah. See, total fake out. And you just have to think of it from that perspective. Like, you got to think of like where everyone else is trading, right? Don't like just be focused on like one thing, because everyone's looking at the same thing. If you're thinking it's going to sell, think about how many other people think it's going to be a sell too. And that's the way to beat the game, really.
So if we all started buying like retail, right?
Mm-hmm.
The institutions would push price down.
I mean, there would have to be a lot of people buying, because there's there's 78% of people are short. So when this reaches like below 70%, then I could see it dropping, like dropping.
Okay.
Because they're just doing the same thing in the opposite direction, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So like for me right now, like what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to outsmart them, just like how you guys were thinking too. So what I'm thinking right now is like I should probably put like a buy stop, dude. I think that's what I'm thinking about doing. Putting like a buy
above
stop,
the high.
like right here. Yeah, like slightly above it. Like, see, the high is 32,403. I'll probably put it about like 32,410, something like that, and just go for a small scalp, like a really small scalp.
Dude, 50 points, man. That 500 pips is like, that's like money, man.
Exactly.
Yours hit, no, Joey? You're pretty close to it, no?
Oh no, I closed it. Yeah, I got it. I got let me see, I think it was 600, 584 tonight.
Yeah, you're still in that sell, right, Joey?
I closed it like a little while. I closed it on that last red candle when it came down. Like,
Means profit though, right?
Yeah, 500.
Oh, you're good.
Mine hit TP right before that green candle on FTMO, but not on TradingView.
Oh yeah, the pricing is different. I think during Asia session, I noticed the pricing is like a lot different during Asia session. It's like 20 pips, if not 30.
Yeah, it's 20 pips.
Dude, I killed Asia session, man. This is like my money. I wish I was funded, dude. I mean, shit.
Yeah, dude, definitely. Like, I was thinking about trying a different. There's a lot of new funding companies out that actually have better splits. There's this one that someone was showing me has like 90% split.
Funding talent.
What was that?
Funding talent.
Not funding talent. There was another one. It was let me see if I can find it. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what page was it on.
Yeah, that's like 1,300 the past two sessions that I made.
I'm trying to figure out who that guy was. If I refresh YouTube. Yeah, if I see it, I'll show you guys. There was another guy in K2 that was showing me actually. Let's see if I can find it here. Oh, it's called the Prop Trading. It's like a new company. It's not something that I would like really trust, but I think they have pretty good splits. This one, the Prop Trading. Let's see if I can find, because they have a 200K account too. They have a 200 account. This split's different. It was like, I think they have a different account, because I did see that it was like up to like 90% or something. But I did see that one for funding talent. I was thinking about maybe trying funding talent.
You get paid for your demos on funding talent.
Yeah, but it's not that much. What is it, like 10%?
10% of 10,000.
Yeah.
But they give you, so every 10,000 you make, they put $5,000 in a live account for you every 2 weeks, so you can make up to 2,000 a month off your demo.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I did see that, but I also saw a couple of videos. like some guys that were reviewing funding talent, and they kind of broke down the numbers where it became like nearly impossible to stay funded with them. I don't know if you guys saw that video. I posted a group like a while back. Like like they actually broke down the numbers and like what they require, and in order for them to for you to stay funded, it's like nearly impossible. Like you would literally not get paid for like 3 months or more than 3 months until you get that funded account or until you like get to that level. And they matched it up with like the numbers for like FTMO, and FTMO just made way more sense. So that's why I stuck with FTMO. But
what about the Fivers?
What was that?
Heard of them?
Fivers, I don't think they carry indices, right?
I'm not sure. I never looked into it. I just heard about it recently.
Hey, you can't trade this with a U.S. broker, right?
US 30?
Yeah.
No, you could.
Oh, you can?
Well, you would try. You would use you trade the actual future. Like you trade the actual Dow 30, or you'd use like their smaller, like the E-mini, which is I think it's called YM.
But it's still the same though.
Basically, it's the same thing. It's just a different asset.
Okay. I thought for some reason I thought that the United States didn't let us trade this.
Yeah, well, you can't trade the indice, but you could trade the actual future. The indice is just it's based off the future, like the Dow. 30,
okay.
The Dow Industrial Average Index. This is the actual index, or like the future.
Yeah.
Indice is like what we trade off FTMO and stuff, because you can trade it with like a much smaller amount. Because if you're trading the actual future contract, it costs a lot more, so you need a lot of capital to trade it. But they allow you to trade like percentages of it, like a micro size of this full 32,000. Because in reality, if you want to trade this actual future, each share for this is 32,000. So you need a lot more money to trade the actual future versus
And then with U.S. brokers, right? Don't you have to have like 25K to day trade, or does that not apply to like futures and stuff?
I've never tried to trade futures before, day trading.
Because I know if you trade stocks and you trade like three, I think it was like if you do 3 or more trades or something in a week, like buying and selling.
Yeah,
they require you to have 25 or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah, for stocks, that's the pattern day trading tool. I mean, pattern day trading rule where like you can't trade more than 3 day trades a week or whatever. So that applies to Forex. I mean to stocks. I'm not sure if it applies to futures though, because for futures, most futures account they require like a $25,000 deposit anyways. Like you need to have a minimum floating capital of like X amount of money to cover the margin, because the leverage isn't high for futures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you technically need that much money anyways just to open an account with like certain brokers.
I wonder what it costs to have to open like a funding talent type deal.
I don't think it's that much, because you can white label it. There's a lot of white label companies where you just use their platform. I'm pretty sure that's kind of similar to what they're using too, or like what all these other new companies are using. They're just white labeling other funding companies, or at least like their platform, and they just slap their name on it. So, and then they take a cut of it, whatever that person makes.
Oh, is that like how Robinhood operates? Yes and no, or
sort of not really. They're like a middleman. Like Robinhood's like a middleman. Like they'll take the orders from liquidity pools or like from other big brokers, and then so they're not a market maker. Like they don't have the actual stocks to sell to people. So they're just a middleman. They connect the trader with the liquidity provider. It's kind of similar.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kind of similar with like other like unregulated brokers. Like a lot of these unregulated brokers, they don't have the actual, like, they're not a market maker. They're just a middleman. Like they're like a trading desk. Like you put in the order, they find a liquidity provider that will take that order, and then they just connect you, and then they make money off the spread. That's why the spread's kind of wide for certain brokers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely do. Trying to get funded, man. But I'm not gonna buy another funded thing until I like kill this demo to where I'm just consistent, dude.
Yeah, dude, make sure you're 100% before you go and start another one.
Because if I would have did one this week, today would have been. I don't even know if I'm gonna run like a large lot size on the New York calls anymore. Because like the scalps, you're going 50, 500 pips, and then if you lose a, New York call or something like that's 1,500, dude. That's a big hit.
Oh yeah. I never take big positions for the daily entry. I take like a smaller lot size for that because that's like three scalps right there.
Yeah, I was thinking like to figure out what say if you run a 1.0 on it's like $500, right, on the scalp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was thinking of like doing it so where if you hit the New York session, you're only making 500. So whatever that would be, lot size wise, you know what I mean? So it's still a scalp type. So I don't have to win 3 scalps to make up for, say, a loss.
Yeah, so that's what David does actually. David, he only uses like a quarter lot size. He doesn't.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, after today, I was thinking about that. So like, I was doing so good last night, and then you take that huge loss, and you not only erase your profits from the night before, you have to make it back, but you're not going to make it back in one shot.
Exactly, yeah, and it's just more risky to take that daily position because it's such a big move, especially for US 30. You're not really, there's no guarantee it's going to move that much, especially with like how the market's been moving lately. It's kind of, it's bouncing around a lot. It's not necessarily moving smoothly as it was like, say, last year. Last year we would hit those daily entries and they go straight to TP. We don't even have to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different type of market this year. I feel like this year is more, well, currently right now, it's more of a scalping market because you can see, everyone's killing it with the scalps. And it's consistent.
Hey, if you get a buy signal on say a market open, are you taking that signal if it's on the open?
On
the opening candle.
Yeah, the daily entry or a scalp?
The daily.
No, I'm not. I take the one after it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if it's the first candle, no good.
Yeah, because the first one is usually a manipulated move. It's always going to be a big spike, like right here, like for 630, huge spike. Yeah. And it doesn't necessarily continue in that direction. Like, let me see. Because there's sometimes where, let me see if I can find an opening candle where it spikes up and then it doesn't continue in that direction. Let's see, 630. It happens every so often, but not all. It doesn't happen that often. Because usually before that, like the direction usually gets set during London session, and then it generally continues. Here's David. David's showing the room. Hey, what's up, David? David, do you hear us?
Yo.
What's up, dude? Are you in a US 30?
Oh no, I just got a haircut and I just ate dinner.
Nice, man.
No, I mean nothing, dude. I'm not even. I mean now I'm at my computer, but nah. I actually won't take any trades until after midnight.
Yeah, I'm kind of chilling for most part. I'm looking for some scalps. If I see a scalp, I'll probably take it, but
unless we found an entry like we did a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I know, dude.
Why are you waiting for midnight?
True day.
What's that mean?
He's just waiting for it so that it's like a brand new day because London opens. Usually the direction's set during London. So he'll take that little wave. Like if you look at the charts like from midnight, it usually sets the direction until US like for, let's see.
Yeah, so
like
Asian
right
so Asian range has a purpose. London has a purpose, and then New York has a purpose, and then London close has a purpose. And that's true day.
Yeah, exactly. Like right here. So this is London open. It continues the Asia consolidation and it sets a direction here up until the US. And then it has a little pullback for US session, and then it comes right back up to where the direction was set initially. That's just basically how it moves usually. I would want to do that, but man, I can't. My sleeping patterns get screwed up.
Yeah, me neither.
Been trying to do that with David for like a year now.
Yeah, I'm on the East Coast, so I mean, I got to trade. I usually got to get my trade in during London before work. So
yeah,
on the East Coast too.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping by that time, man.
Yeah, I'm up, bro. I'm up. I gotta be.
So you're saying if you looking at midnight is going to give you a better idea on what direction that day will be?
No.
Not necessarily, but it gives you like a hint of like, because sometimes like I should like looking at this over here, you can see from over here.
Go to a Forex pair for a better idea.
Yeah. What are you gonna look at EU?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Now just let's go to a clean chart. No,
Yeah,
nothing on it. Yeah. So we can I'll just without saying too much, I'll just tell you what to do.
I'm gonna go on the 4 hour.
15 minute.
All right.
So for today, do a vertical line at midnight Eastern. So that is what 9 for you?
I think so.
9 p.m.
9 p.m. So that would be
Do a vertical line.
well, what's the military time, dude? You would know.
Yeah, I do military time. Yeah, that's what I do. It's 2100 for you.
2100. Okay.
No.
All right. There we go.
Okay. So, and then you can mark up and actually mark up the Asian Open so you can see.
Asian Open was right here.
Okay, what's Asian Open for you?
1500. Or no, it's not. 1500 is Aussie Open. Well, I mean, technically,
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
So what do you see already?
It's already coming down. It's coming down for that little well, yeah, Aussie session comes down, and then Asia session, the actual Tokyo session is just,
Well, what time is that? The actual Tokyo?
Tokyo is 4 p.m. my time, so it wouldn't be 15, it'd be 17. So this would be Tokyo Open right here.
Oh, so 7 here?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the Aussie Open, but I mean, technically after the swap, this is all technically Asian session.
Yeah,
okay.
That's all Asian, right? And then look at London session.
Yeah, it starts to shift this way. It gives that push up. And then it sets the direction. So like from here, all throughout, London session pushes up, then US session comes down slightly for that low retracement, then it comes right back up.
So yeah, I only look for trades after my true day starts at midnight Eastern.
Yeah, I don't necessarily wait. Well, because I scalp, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
For like David, because he goes for the bigger moves. Well, not the bigger moves, but bigger than my scalps. He goes for that true direction. Once the market opens, because like generally this will happen. It'll come down during London Open. It'll establish a low, and then from this point, it'll choose a direction. It's either going to go up or it's going to go down. And then that's that. And it happens every day. That's pretty much just every day, pretty much.
That's how I murder EU and GU almost every day.
Yeah, that's how David takes. So that's how he gets into those bigger trades, because
it's not you're not saying it changes direction. You're just saying it establishes direction, right?
Exactly.
I'm looking for other things, but I have an idea of what's going on already.
Okay.
Yeah, like again over here, you can look at the same thing from the previous day, like from 2100. It's the same exact pattern. So 2100, it comes down slightly. Let's see right here. Yeah, it consolidates. It establishes the low right here, and then it just pushes up. And then during London,
oh my God, look at that.
Yeah, it pushed it up.
Bro, I'm in these trades like every day.
Yeah, and then right here during US session, it comes down slightly, and then it shoots back up. And then we enter Asia session over here, and then it just goes the opposite way. That's why usually, like when we're trading, US 30, like I mentioned, I usually don't trade after, was it 10:30?
Yeah, once London closes, I'm done.
Yeah, and that's usually when I'm done too. That's when we get off the live session, because generally from from market open was at 6:30 a.m. Yeah, so like 6:30 a.m. right here, it pushes up, and then by like 10:30 it reverses. So it goes up this way. This is usually where we take our scalps during New York session. We'll take our scalps this way, And then once it hits like 10:30, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take a break. And then it ends up going the opposite way. And you can technically trade this way too, but it's just too risky because then you start to chop into the swap spread. And if you get caught in right here, you can get caught in a mess. So I generally don't even risk it. I just make my money off New York session, and then I take a break, and I go back for Asia over here, and then I take a couple of scalps around that area as well. And it happens, it's the same thing pretty much every day. Like this was yesterday, and then again today. But it doesn't necessarily, like it has two impulses, but it doesn't always go the opposite direction. It could have an impulse down and then shoot back up, kind of like what happened today.
Yeah.
Today, 6:30. Right
No,
here.
this is cool. This is like a different way to look at it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of different moving parts to it. It's just because like I trade one way, I trade momentum, and then David trades price action. So since we trade completely opposite, it kind of benefits when we're looking at different perspectives of things. Yeah, but it usually repeats itself. Like again, like yesterday, let's see on the 8th, it was on the 6:30 right here. So yes.
Yeah, I have a chart that I kind of mark up all the sessions and stuff like that, and I'm just gonna add this to it too, so I can get a big picture of you.
Yeah, because it usually moves the same way. Like again, right here on the 8th, see from a market open right here, it went up, and then at 10:30, it went the opposite way, like two impulses, and then Asia session just goes sideways up until the next day.
Yeah, I feel like it went sideways a little bit last night too.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the whole US session. Just goes sideways, and then, or no, it goes up and comes down, then it goes sideways during Asia, and that's kind of what's going to happen right here. It looks like. I was just looking for some possible scalps, maybe.
Yeah, I hate when it jumps above all the zones and it's like
yeah, it gets kind of risky because of all of the
oh, there's a new zone on the top there.
Yeah, I just got this one right here. It gets risky when it gets to an all-time high because you don't know how far it's going to push up, especially like today. Like David, today was crazy, bro. When we got off, that thing kept pushing and pushing and pushing.
What the
There's a zone at 32.
I got a stop loss on that, my risky trade.
Oh yeah, if you take that sell, right?
Yeah, I just left it. I didn't care. I was risking profits anyway.
Yeah.
What, the signal?
No,
I took a risky trade from the top, trying to come back to fill in something, but it just kept going up. So
yeah, freaking sucks.
Did it tap 400? I haven't even looked.
It did. Right here, this high, the all-time high is 32,403.
Whole number tapped.
Yeah.
Plus spread. There you go.
You know, I was looking for if because like, dude, the sentiment is so high for shorts right now, bro. It's 70.
I'm not fucking with US 30 this week.
Yeah, dude, like it's 70% people short. So I was thinking that I'm probably gonna watch for price to reach not the all-time high, but this other swing, because I feel like this is going to be an area of liquidity for stop losses.
Oh, yeah,
if that many people are short, I was thinking I'm going to set like a buy stop right here, like a little bit above it, and then just go for a small little move, you know, like 200 pips. Like because odds are it's going to have enough liquidity just to spike up slightly. Like it's going to trigger all the stop losses, go for a small stop loss hunt right here, and I'll just lock in a small profit off that.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even think I'm going to chime in on US 30 for the rest of this week. I'm gonna let you do your thing. So I don't want to like influence any of your thinking. So I'm out US 30, and I'm gonna trade EU and go back to fucking murdering it.
Yeah, dude, no, definitely, man. I'm gonna still join the live, but I'm not touching your US 30. Yeah,
I'm out.
I'm probably
It just makes no sense, bro. Like, I mean, I guess we could have bought, right? We should have just bought and hold.
Yeah, we could have, but you know, when it gets to an all-time high like that, we never really expected to keep pushing. It usually drops.
Right. It doesn't make sense at all. And it's
and we were looking at the previous data. We were looking at Monday and Tuesday, and it rejected off and came down. Like sort of like, okay, it's gonna reject and come down again, which it didn't. It did the complete opposite.
I'm not touching it. I'm done US 30 for the week. I mean, I've had a really good week already.
Yeah, no, you had a great week, dude. I had a great month already. So I'm not trying to lose my profits. I did well the first 2 weeks of March, or like last week we did pretty good, and the week before that I did really good. So I'm not trying to throw any profits. So I'm just taking it easy.
That's why I didn't mind like taking the risky trade. I was just risking in the profits anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fine if you're risking, profits. You're not in the negative because it's basically free money to play with at that point.
Yeah.
So you're saying this upper zone, you'd wait till like midnight for it to gain momentum to break that, or could it?
Me personally, I'm really not gonna look for any trades right now because Asian.
It's gonna rain.
Every session has a purpose. And that's really all I can say.
Yeah, but no, Joy. Back to your question. I'm not gonna wait for London. I'm just gonna I'm thinking about just leaving a buy stop there, not even like waiting for it. Because the thing is, when volatility picks up during London, it's push up, and we're not gonna I'm probably not gonna be awake at that time.
Oh really? Oh. Cool.
So this will probably, I'll just set like a buy stop there, and then when it reaches,
what's her name?
I'll keep watching it for it to reach that area.
Yeah.
But I'm not necessarily gonna wait exactly for a Asia session to enter it. I mean for London session to enter it.
I guess my question is though, like the Asia session doesn't have enough to make that move, or does it?
So you want to, during Asian session, you want to trade something that's open during that period, right?
Yeah.
So you want to look at AJ, right? You want to look at, you want to look at pairs with a currency that's open or something that's open.
Yeah.
So I personally really won't trade Asian at all because it has its own purpose for what I do and what I look for. Unless like it's like right at midnight and we happen to be on a Zoom and I see a setup that I'm willing to take.
Oh, okay.
So I won't trade until London. Probably I start looking around 2 a.m.
Yeah, I usually what I'll do is I'll set up trades for Asia, and I'll like set my my Forex trades, because when London opens, there's usually like a breakout for certain pairs, and that's how we hit TP sometimes. Like I'll call the signals towards the end of Asia, like 10 o'clock off that 4-hour candle close, and then as soon as we enter London open at midnight, it just shoots a profit, and that's generally what I use it for. But I don't necessarily like look for any big moves during that time.
Yeah, I haven't looked at Forex pairs in a while. I got killed the last time I was messing with Forex pairs.
I mean, I was going down the watch list, dude. Like
that's all I've been trading.
Yeah, Forex pairs.
All I've been trading is EU every day.
Dude, I keep getting like killed in the Forex pairs. Like I'll be in a nice trade and then it just spikes up, stops me out, and then continues on its way.
And look at our CAD JPY. This thing hasn't moved at all since we
entered. It's not going to, man. I mean,
this moved like 10 pips, and we've been in this trade for how many hours?
Well, see, you guys are trading higher time frame. I use higher time frame analysis to trade on the 15, 5, and 1.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you're trading CAD JPY on the short time frame, if it's only with 15 pips and like
one. Oh yeah, I wouldn't trade that pair at all. No, I wouldn't. No, I have no interest. That's why I only trade 3 pairs.
Yeah, no, this usually moves though. Like even right here, because we took this trade last week on the 4th, and this moved pretty nice. We hit full TP off this one right here.
I mean, to be honest, that's probably going to keep going up for the next 3 months.
You think so?
Yeah, CAD's going to be strong.
I don't know, dude, because like what happens sometimes is like there'll be like some random COVID news and the JPY will just gain in strength.
Well, they've had some bad talks about their currency too.
Yeah, I know, but that's been going on for a long time. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, who knows, right? I mean,
we really don't know. That's why I'm trading off momentum. If I see the momentum move here, then I'm just gonna take it. But I mean, this is freaking ridiculous, bro. Like I don't remember holding a trade for. I'm hoping we get movement by like.
That's terrible.
Going sideways for almost 2 days now.
Oh,
and it's only moved like 15 pips, and it's a JPY pair. It's supposed to move a little faster, you know.
Wow.
Because if we look at, I mean, I was looking at the index, Brit. Like I was looking at so we look at the CXY and the JXY.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, like dude, normally they move like this right here, huge move down for the JXY. And then for the CXY, it was moving for a bit and then it just died down like a couple days ago, like on the 4th.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm only looking at certain pairs because they move.
Yeah.
They have to move.
Yeah, no, of course, no, definitely. And the reason why I look at all these pairs is because we trade on the higher time frame.
Yeah.
So the opportunities don't come as often, right? It's like
that's totally different from what I do. Yeah.
But it's all good. I mean, I'm more focused on the scalps anyways. So this is pretty much just for the signal takers and for my long-term positions because I'll take these trades and I'll just set and forget them. I don't bother looking at them.
They're good. I mean, they're good.
Yeah, they still hit. It's just, a matter of time.
Yeah, it's just it's a 4-hour trade. It's going to take, a few hours, 10 hours maybe.
10 hours, like 10 days, 10 months.
Yeah, but you can't keep it open over the weekend, right?
On FTO, you can, but I trade my Forex on my personal account, on my Forex account.
Okay.
So I'll just leave it alone. I'll just take it, and then I'm like, all right, well, if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Because like one or two of my US 30 trades, dude, that covers my whole week of Forex trades. So it just doesn't really make sense for me to focus too much on these. I mean, I still trade them because they still work, like they still hit. It's just,
yeah, man.
It's just it's not worth the effort.
Nothing, just chilling.
Yeah, I'll start looking at Forex pairs again. I just like US 30. It moves so quick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I still like Forex pairs. Like I still look at them. So if I see an entry, like for example, here we see this entry where we see the rejection off there.
Look at AU, bro. How many pips is that today?
For today? Let's see.
Yeah.
Today's the 10th. So okay, from down here. That's not bad. It's about 60 pips.
That's great. That could be your week.
Could be. Yeah, I'm kind of more. I'm trying to get more focused on like maybe I should just focus on like a certain pair instead of focusing.
You should. No, you really should. You have to focus in on just one or two pairs.
Yeah,
that's really made a difference for me.
Yeah, because I've already locked down US 30. Like I know this like the back of my hand because I trade this every day. So I should probably just focus on one Forex pair. That's like
just one pair, man.
One pair.
I would pick EU, GU, or GJ.
Yeah, I was trying to pick up GJ, dude, but GJ is such a weird pair.
Well, it's been go look at GJ, bro. Go on the daily. All you gotta do is wait for a pullback and go. Look at GJ on the daily, man.
Yeah, because a lot of people trade GJ, dude. Like GJ seems like one of
because there's velocity behind it.
Yeah,
it moves.
Damn, look at this.
But look at that.
You can just pick off any pullback.
Right. You wait for a pullback and go long. Wait for a pullback, go long.
You could even get like, well, because the JPY is super weak, so you can literally just take every buy from there. Dude, you can literally, if you get this is the momentum pullback strategy. Like when you get a sell signal, you just get a buy stop, place it on that high, and then to catch like 10 pips.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, buys only. GJ, obviously, look at the daily.
Yeah, you just have the buy stop right there, so that when price comes down, once it swings back up, it fills, it goes straight to TP, and you can just keep doing that over and over again. This is like one strategy that I used to use a lot of. Like right here, when the sell signal comes, I put a buy stop right there, and I just try to go for a little scalp for like 10 pips or so.
You probably on GJ, I think that like the 30-minute might work better for something like that.
Yeah, I think so too. So 15 minutes too.
Yeah, quick. Not the 15 because it'll give you like those hard pullbacks. But on the 30, like if you wait for I wouldn't. That would be risky there. I would wait for like a more aggressive pullback.
Yeah, or like what we could do is we could even just wait for the K² SRs. Like whenever price drops to the SR, you just buy from there.
Oh, let me see.
You just buy the dip basically, like how we do for stocks.
Let's zoom out. Let's zoom out more and let's see. Oh, extend. You have to extend your the range of your support resistance lines, don't you?
Well,
Let's see farther back is what I want to see.
farther
Right?
back.
Like as far as days are concerned.
Yeah. Which day do you want to go
You got to
to?
change. You got to change the indicator to represent more lines, don't you?
No, well, it would be on default settings. I mean, we could change to like
Well, that's
500.
what I mean. Yeah, let's change it right now so we can see how it would have worked.
Let's see, I don't think it's gonna make a big difference though, because these zones they go back pretty far already. It
Oh,
goes
they
back to
do?
like whatever's on the screen. So if we pull this back right here, it's gonna pull back to like oh, because price hasn't been this high, bro. That's why there's no zones up there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because price has never
Oh,
been.
because we're on the 30. We're on the 30. Right, right.
So price has
Oh, God.
never been that far. So that's why it isn't.
Oh, okay.
Um,
But yeah, just look. If you wait for an aggressive pullback, you can just go long.
yeah, we could even like we could go back to an area where it's actually like this area where it's actually consolidating back down. Like
And GJ respects certain levels. The 2s, the 5s, and the 8s.
yeah, I could see that. 2s or 5s and the 8s.
Yeah,
Or you could even do a Fibonacci retracement on these.
you can if you know how to use it right.
You know how
Yeah,
to-
absolutely.
if you know how to use it properly, you can use the Fibonacci retracements. I don't use fibs, but if for whoever does know how to use them, they could be a great tool
Yep.
right there.
Look at this. Let me show you. How can I control your screen? Can I do that?
I don't know. I did that with Rick yesterday, but I don't remember how he did it. He's the one that enabled it. But I don't see anything here on my screen. Let me see.
Oh, what's your oh, you were on live. Never mind. Let's try something when it's just me and you, because you know that since we both have Mac, if you give me your Apple ID, we can share we can give each other access that way.
Oh, could we?
Yeah.
How do you do that? I've never done that before.
Yeah, that's why I said since you're live on YouTube, let's not
Yeah, no, we'll do it next time when it's just me and you.
But draw a fib. Let me see. This is just popping right in my eye. Just looking at the chart already.
Yeah.
Draw a fib from here to here. Bam, perfect.
Yeah, so that pullback right there.
Golden zone. Golden zone long, boom. Look at that push.
Dude, literally come up, come down, or here at the what is it, 7.8? Or
And for people who want to know why I drew a fib there, is because this push broke a structure high. That's where you want to draw fibs from. You want to draw a fib from a momentum push that also breaks structure. That's how you find retracements and opportunities using a Fibonacci tool.
Yeah, those are the most. That's the most important areas for it. It's like when it breaks the the structures, because when it breaks the structures like that, it's bound to pull back.
Look at that push! Oh my lord!
CT said,
how would you draw that in like real time?
You gotta know, bro. Like I know, like I seen it already. Like I already knew.
Well, you
like where would you see it though? Like what candle are you seeing it at? Yeah.
So like for example,
how do I see it? How do I see it? Okay.
So if we were to rewind here, you already know that the swing highs are here. So we would already know that swing.
So once that candle breaks that's where you're looking at.
Well, you're waiting to see the pullback.
Yeah. So
you're drawing your fib right there. You're saying, right?
So I'm waiting for it to start the pullback.
You're waiting for it to establish.
Oh, okay.
So we don't know that this is high yet.
Oh, okay. You don't know yet. Yeah.
Right. So and then when I see it breaking structure lows, I'm like, okay, now draw the fib. Now I wait. Right. And then you want to wait for that golden zone, right?
Yeah. Like you can even draw the fib from here if you wanted to. It's the same thing, yeah, because we already established the high there and we just wait for it to drop. Or actually the high is even higher. It's right here.
Right.
So
yeah, that works.
Point we just, or it's even higher actually, right here. There you go. So now as it comes down,
well, see, it doesn't really work out. It only comes back to the 32 there.
Yeah, we probably have to drop from this point.
Yeah, that's why people draw fibs wrong.
Yeah, and that's why I don't draw fibs.
Right, exactly.
Because I don't.
So you want to draw it from the push that created the structure break.
Yeah, the most recent swing low right here. So
Yes.
swing high, swing low. This would be the most recent, because what happens is, like, when I see people draw the fibs, that's what they do. They draw it from like very low, from like way
They draw
over.
it wrong, yeah.
They like do this. They zoom out all the way far back, and they're like, "Oh, it's supposed to start from like way over here." And they draw a freaking fib from here. I've seen people do that. I'm like, dude, like, it's so far out. But it's hard, you know, like you have to know what you're doing. You have to know how to draw the fib to actually replace it. Because like for me, I don't draw fibs. So, and the reason why I don't draw fibs is because it's so subjective. Like you have to actually know how to do it. Because if you don't know,
you have to know why you're putting it there.
And that 7, what was it? That 786. That's the magic zone in the fib.
So the fib has a golden zone, right? So from the fifth, I don't know. I use different numbers because just what I do. But the golden zone is from the 50 to the 61.8. Right?
Oh, okay.
That's the magic golden zone people talk about for the fib, right? And look what it did. Look at it. Look where the candle body left from.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
These things are perfect if you know what you're looking for. They play out. So this Fibonacci ratio, you know, is math, based on math, right? Obviously, and it's for a reason. And these things run on, you know, the markets run on algos, so it's running on numbers.
So when you see that candle hit that golden zone, is that where you're entering? Like right there.
So you wait for candle close, right? Because you would have got murdered right there on that wick.
Yeah.
Right. So you wait for candle close, and then go. Well, let me see. I can't do it. So go ahead, Shawn. Put a short right there. I mean a long.
Long right here, right?
Yeah. Put a long right there, and then right there you go.
And you let it
Perfect.
run.
Stop loss under that current wick, and you go. And then where do you put your target? Zoom out.
At the swing, or at the standard deviation, right? What, 1 or 2?
Oh, well, no. Well, since, this is right there. So I would put it up to 1. Yeah. That's my target. Bam.
God damn.
Yeah, bro.
And this probably lined up with the K2 too. Let me see if this lined up with the
I tried drawing a fib last night. I probably did it wrong.
See, like
mostly everyone does it wrong.
And this is what we mean about my strategy and David's strategy lining up. If our strategies line up, like,
it's money. Yeah,
it's money. It's like guaranteed. Like, look, see, we have the zone right there, right? So if I take this off, and you know, you already see David's analysis here with the fib, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I take this off here, what do you think? What do you think is right there, dude? It's a K2 scalp, right?
Oh yeah, look at that.
So when my strategy lines up with David's, it's almost guaranteed to hit, bro. So if David sees something and I see something, I go pretty heavy on this position because it lines up. Because David's way of analyzing things are completely. It's almost opposite of the way K2 trades, because we trade off momentum, and David he'll catch like pretty much straight price action. So like when they both line up, it's almost for sure. And it's crazy that it lined up perfectly, my analysis and David's, for that same exact candle. Because the thing, because if you look at this,
does that happen?
Every so often, I mean, who knows?
Well, we're not really. I'm trading Forex pairs, right? I'm trading EUG. Mm-hmm. That's it. And I'm trading intraday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I hop on, you know, the calls, and we're trading US 30, and I'm applying the same things that I do for US 30. So it's not all the time that honestly that we're like in communication about this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just whenever me and David go live with each other. We usually go live like randomly, like at like Asia session. And if he sees something and I see something, we just enter the trade.
Yeah.
But it's usually just me and him.
Nice.
We don't usually broadcast our sessions because we can't let out all the secrets, right, David?
There's a lot of stuff I can't say.
Oh, dude, let's get in a session where we can start talking freely, man.
Yeah, we were trying to hop on tonight, but I got a session. I got a mentoring session
He's
tonight.
always got these mentoring sessions with, man, like
I know. It's the
he's a nicer guy than me.
David would have just canceled every single mentoring session and be like,
If it was someone that hasn't watched the videos and has already had 1 or 2 sessions with me.
What state are you from?
I'm from Jersey.
Yeah, I know. Same here, yo. Same here. I already know. We're nice people when we want to be.
I mean, I'm very blunt, right? I'm not.
South Jersey.
Yeah, South Jersey.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah. So my wife's from South Carolina, right? So when she first met me, she kind of like
he was an asshole.
No, that's true. That's just Jersey.
She didn't understand like how I talked and like my demeanor and like I'm not being mean or I'm not being loud. That's how I talk.
So life is so fast up here.
Right. I'm also Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? So I'm passionate.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm from I'm by Rutgers.
Oh, nice. I went to Bloomfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually did some work down South Jersey, and I'm going back down there.
Where at?
I was in Pemberton.
Yo, I went to Burlington County College for a year.
Did you?
Yeah. I lived in Pemberton.
Dude, that place is out, man. There's like dirt roads and stuff. I was not ready for that, dude. They had a damn thing like plowing the dirt road. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I went to Burlington County College, man.
Yeah, I'm doing a project at Rowan next, Rowan University. And that's
what do you do for work?
Construction manager.
Oh, word! I used to be an asphalt technician for New Jersey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was a level two inspector for blacktop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Like for an inspection agency or for a contract?
For a contracting an asphalt plant.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, when they had problems, they call you out. And
So I was the technician for we did mostly state and county work.
Okay.
Yeah. So we supplied the blacktop for most of the state and county work that was done all throughout South Jersey.
You heard of A.E. Stone?
Yeah, of course. I worked at South State.
Oh, hell no.
What?
I used to work for A.E. Stone.
Work for Stone?
Yeah.
I know Stone, man. I know that because I know the owners of South State, so I worked at South State.
I don't know many asphalt. I forget the one that I just used like a few years ago.
Yeah, man. We used to get supplies from Stone sometimes.
But I do all state work too.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
Yeah. It's funny. Right now I'm working in Ramapo. I'm at like the top of New Jersey, dude.
Shit.
It's like an hour 15 commute.
Man, go hit the grease truck, man.
I'm trying to retire, dude. We use these strategies and retire, man.
Oh, it's coming.
I can't wait,
man. Once David's ready to retire, you can join on K2 finally.
Yeah, man.
You're still doing construction right now, or
no?
Okay.
Yeah, no. I'm about to move to Italy, actually.
Get out of here.
Just gotta do some
right there. In 30 days.
Some digital.
No, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's my country. It's the motherland.
I'm coming back with a Lambo.
Nice.
The Lambo straight from Italy.
What's up, baby?
I was looking at the charts here from the CP. Just sent me the DJ chart.
I gotta practice that fib.
Yeah, I'm not gonna practice it because I know I'm never gonna get it.
It's not hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard. It's just the only problem with it is that I don't like how subjective it is. You know, like there's so many opportunities for me to mess it up, or it's
not subjective.
It's not subjective if you know what you're looking at. I don't know.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
different. And I'm too focused.
Honestly, I don't even need to use it a lot of the times because I can just see it with my eye when it happens.
Yeah, and you know the pivots act like as a dynamic fib, anyways, like a short-term fib. So it kind of does the job on the short time. Like, because we just scalp anyway, so it's not like well, I scalp. I'm not looking for those big moves. So
Yeah, I love the pivots, man. That's my favorite indicator.
because like for example here, if we were to just draw fibs, like this is a CT's fib, but if we were to just draw a fib from like where it swung from here, it just lines up like from here to this one right here. Like the fib levels line up with it, you know, as it moves along. But I don't know. I'm not gonna mess with the fib, honestly. I'm like me personally, I'm not going to. I feel like if I mess with the fib, it's gonna mess with my thinking. I'm gonna start looking at things differently. And then it's gonna screw up the whole K2 thought process.
Oh man.
Dude, I'm still looking at, is there any
scalps? You see that that last, not the current candle, the last one? See, that thing stopped on a zone.
This red one?
Yeah.
Which zone? Let me check real quick. Oh, there's brand new, right? Let me fix this.
Yeah. It's that green candle, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the one that we were just looking at.
So I look at that and I'm like, dude, that's definitely strong like support. Because I know the open was a sell signal.
Yeah, well, if I buy scalps here, I'm going to take them for sure. Because I know once you hit this area, there's going to be liquidity up here. This is where everyone's stop losses are located. So I'm going to be waiting for that. I think what's going to happen here is this will probably swing up slightly. It'll come back down. It'll probably wick off one of these areas, and then it'll shoot up from there.
I feel like it's going to bounce in between these two zones for a little bit. So I feel like that's what's been happening with Asia.
Oh, yeah.
At least last night.
I think so too.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't trade it.
Oh, CT said, ask David if my GJ line is up. I also trade imbalance, support, supply and demand. So let's see. So GJ right here, here, I'll send this over to you, David. This will probably be easier for you.
Yeah, send it to me so I can look at it.
Because it's easier on the screen.
Yep.
I'll just send it over to you. Let's see.
Oh, Shawn, my trading view, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't show me news anymore. And I don't know what I did.
Oh, you probably deleted it. You probably just clicked on it and deleted it. You just click on this right here and then click on where's it at? Settings, and then go to events, and then just make sure that these are checked off. Well, this isn't important, but this is the main one. Show economic events on chart.
Yeah, I have that. What?
Which news event you don't see any of these down here?
No.
Are you using a black screen? Are you using
the yeah.
That's probably why. It's just it's blended in. Because I saw someone else.
I feel dumb.
Same thing. They colored their. It was funny. They colored their background the same color as the icon. So it was technically there, but they just couldn't see it. Like you could barely see it on the screen.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. CT message David, looks like.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that what happened with yours, Joey? Did you just block off the
I would need more context behind what he's trying to show me, right? Because we don't trade this thing, right?
I think it was the thing. I don't know. I feel dumb now.
No, because I didn't know that was the thing.
Oh, you know what I had? You know what I had checked? Under the show economic events on chart, yeah. I had show future events only.
Wait, no, I have that too.
Yeah, but mine, for some reason, when I check mine, all the news disappears.
Oh, it just disappears?
Yeah, maybe I'm just not looking at the right pair.
What are you trying to look at?
No, just the news. I don't have any news on
his economic events here don't show up anymore.
Why don't you just go to Forex? Why don't you just use the Forex Factory calendar?
You could pair that with TradingView?
No, it'd be separate. But
oh, okay.
I mean, these are sometimes not even. I mean, they're accurate, but they don't usually affect the market. Like you can see, there's news here.
Yeah, you want to use the actual. You go to Forex Factory and then sort by only the red and the orange.
Yeah, that's what I do with mine right here.
Yeah,
because these are how you'll know what's actually important. Because the thing with TradingView, they have a lot of news events here that aren't really important.
Mm-hmm.
They don't necessarily affect the market heavily. Like right here, there's like news events, but it doesn't even move. I mean, it's good to know. It's good to know when there's stuff there, but like, it's like overtime pay. Is that really necessary? You know, stuff like that.
You said, orange and red, right?
Orange and red only. Yeah.
Yeah, I just try. Yeah, for mine, you go with filters here, and I just have it to a medium and high impact. The yellow and gray matter.
I'll have to favorite this one.
Yes, sir.
Let's check out this sentiment.
I mean, we already know what it's gonna say. That's why I kind of like, we don't need to look at it.
It's so high, bro.
It's so high.
How's it that high?
Did you see the SSI that I sent to the premium trade group?
Yeah, no, I didn't see it. It's crazy. Let me check.
Bruh, that's insane.
Yeah, the SSI is crazy, bro. Like, yeah, you showed me that right there.
Look at that.
Dude. It's crazy because everyone's trying to sell, but it just keeps going up. Like,
right? I mean, like theoretically,
theoretically, it's supposed to drop, but they're not going to drop it because
they're not going to drop it. Obviously,
there's so many short sellers. Yeah, because if they drop it, they're not going to make money. They need to stop these people out first before they dump it. Like,
that's cool. Like the way I think, like the way I'm thinking is like, how up to date is really the information? Because if you're still, if they're still 78% short after those moves today and this week, that doesn't make sense to me.
No, well, what happened was it was at 70%, and then as you know, as it got to a new high, more people added on. Like more people try, because you know when it goes higher and higher, people like it's like common sense. People think like, oh, it's at an all-time high, so it has to drop, right?
Right.
So what happens is it has that hype. You know, like I'm sure there's a bunch of other signal providers or whatever analysts saying that, you know, they all have the same analysis. They're like, oh, it's at all-time high, it has to drop. So what happens is they just influence people to enter those cells, and they enter into those cells, but then they just like once the first wave of sellers get knocked out, new sellers join in, and then they get knocked out. It's just another wave. So I think this is going to push up to here, but I think it's going to break another all-time high, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, man.
Because there's probably liquidity right here, like I was mentioning. You know, this is where all the stop losses are. So once it reaches this point, it's going to go on a stop loss hunt. Like, look at these bullish candles, bro.
I mean, let's be real. Let's be real now. All right, it touched 1 QP.
Dude, it pushed up. Look at during.
It might as well tap 500 now.
I think it will. I don't know about 500. That's kind of.
It's only 100 points.
No, not 5. Or well, not from where price currently is, dude. That's like a 1,000 pip move during Asia session. That's a big move.
Oh no, not now.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. By London, maybe. That's like.
Well, I mean,
that's like a 2,000 move. Yeah, by tomorrow probably. But like, dude, look at during Asia session. It's already moved about 1,000 pips from down here up until, and it's only been like 40 minutes. Like, how long has it been? It's been 20 minutes, bro. In 20 minutes, it's moved up 800 pips nearly during Asia session. It doesn't move like this during Asia session.
Should have just YOLO'd that shit.
I'm going to YOLO it when it gets up here. I think I'm just going to set a buy stop because I could see the volatility coming, dude. Let me get my Hugo's way. I'm going to over leverage. I'm just going to max leverage my account. Go for 10 pips.
Damn.
Let's see, where's that price at?
I want to show you something.
That's the right account. Okay.
You going to bed? Oh.
In a long position.
Yeah, see, I see that. Like I was in the cell, it hits that zone. And it's like I feel like when it does that right there, those 3 candles with those wicks, those 4 candles, like it's gonna reverse. And sure enough, it does.
Right. See, I got a buy stop set at 32,390. 32,390. And then I'm gonna just go for like 100 pips. Quick little move. 32. I don't know. 100 pips is kind of too small. Maybe 200 pips. Nah. I'm just gonna go for a quick stop. I'm gonna play around with this. Just see how it plays out. All right, I got a buy stop set there. TP is going to be automatically set at 32.
Oh, you're setting this up already?
Yeah, it's just a speculative buy, stop. Because I know like once price, like it's just a buy stop, so it's not going to trigger until price actually reaches that point.
Rayleigh Madison.
Let's see, got that there. Stop must be. $32,340. Got my buy stop set. All right. All right, let's see how this plays out. But yeah, no, definitely. I think if I was to take some scalps, I'm only going to take some buy
Hey,
scalps.
Madison, come here. Come here.
Yeah.
And,
There was a few good.
No,
I
you
think there were
didn't.
sell scalps last night.
oh yeah, I took those last night.
There was like 2 or 3 like in a row.
Yeah, I hit 2 of them that hit, and then I just called it a night. And I'm glad I did because the next one hit stop loss.
Yeah. I was in one where it was in profit, then it went way like almost half negative, like maybe 20 points, and then it came back down in a profit. I closed it out.
Yeah, dude, it was moving kind of weird. Let me go over there. I'm gonna go to.
I still made pretty good money too. It was like $200.
I did too. I made like $200 per trade because I was trading like a 0.03, I think, or 0.02. And yeah, let me go back to that area. Say the 9 at like the 9th. I think it was right somewhere around here. It was like later at night. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was like right here. These are the ones that I took. And they were like quick little moves.
Upstairs with Dash for music, so
Okay.
keep an eye on that.
How long you're gonna be on?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna be on for. I got my session at 6. I'm probably gonna get off soon, actually, like in the next 10 to 15 minutes.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go watch Billions.
Nice, nice. Billions. Heard that show's pretty good. I need to check that out.
Yeah, it is good, man. I like it. It's gonna be us, dude.
Yeah,
It's
who
gonna
told
be
me
us.
about that?
Billions. Is that the show with the Fox family?
It's
It's like a family, right? Like they're like a conglomerate family.
he's a hedge fund. He owns a hedge fund company.
Oh no, it's a different company. That's a different show. There's
Yeah,
another
the show's dope. Show's dope, dude.
What is that on HBO or Showtime?
I think Showtime. I think.
I'm gonna check it out. I got Showtime on. My
Mila Ackerman is his wife.
Wait, is it a true story or is it a made
No,
up?
no, no. I don't know. It's not a true story.
I was thinking about Ackerman, the dude the short seller.
It's a dope on the show though. Look it up, man. Billions.
Nice. Yeah, CT said it's really good. I'm gonna check it out. I got Showtime, so I might as well watch it.
Word. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch that because me and my wife rarely ever get to watch TV.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm gonna go do that and I'm gonna hit y'all up, see what's up.
All right, yeah, maybe if I'm on later, we could hop on for another session, but
Yes, sir.
I'll let you know.
All right, y'all.
All right, dude. See you later.
See ya.
Peace.
Yeah, Joey. So this is the one I took last night. I took this one over here. Oh, HBO, Axe Capital. Okay, cool. Oh, perfect. Yeah, so I'll check that out. Thanks, CT. CT watches it too. I'm not surprised. So like this is the trade that I took the other night. Was this the one you took too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's this one right there. Yeah, this one was really close. I was watching it as it closed, and I was like, damn, it's so close to that pivot, but I took it anyways. And I was scared, bro. I was like, well, I wasn't scared, but I was like sweating, bro. I was like, I took a horrible. I was like, I took a trade that I shouldn't have taken. And
Yeah, because I think this was the one where what time was this one?
it was at like 5. No, it was like 7 something. No, I'm tripping. No, this was like 12, 1, 2. This is like 3. It was like early Asia session, like after the swap.
Yeah, because I think. Wow. What time does Asia session start on your?
Asia session starts
13th.
Yep. Well, technically 1300, but that's when the swap spread happens. So it gaps from 13 to 15. So from 14 to 15, there's no.
Oh, 15.
So technically it's 15. I did see this and I took this like a quick little scalp and then I hit TP on that and I was like, all right, cool. And then I waited for the next one, which was a little later that day.
I took this one. I took that one. I was in the one you took too. I hit the TP and I took that one.
Yeah, I took this one right here too.
And that was the one where it reversed, where I was saying it came up and then it slowly came back down. I got out right when it went under those wicks.
Yeah, dude, this right here. This one was close. I was sweating on this one because I was like, yeah.
I was, yeah.
Great.
Oh,
like,
and
yeah, when this happened, dude, I just stepped away from the computer. I was like, well, if it hits stop loss, it hits stop loss. And then thankfully I came back. Well, actually, I just pulled up my phone. I like walked right from my computer and I just took my phone And I looked at it, it was like blue profits. I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, it actually hit? Because once it came back down from that green candle and it went under the wicks there, that lowest wick that hit the zone, the other green candle.
Yeah.
I took it. I just closed it.
Oh, you just closed out?
Because I told
Yeah, because I saw it when it was up here, when it was at this structure. When it was pushing up to here, I was like, I'm not gonna watch it. So I just stepped away from my computer. I went to watch some TV, and I looked at my phone like an hour later, and I was like, oh, perfect. Because I saw two blue, profits, and I was like, okay, the first one and the second one. But as I was already assuming I was gonna lose, and I was like, it's fine because it would have just broke even because I won this time, and then I was on this one. And actually, for this one, I entered late, dude. I entered like down here, so I was like kind of pissed, not pissed, but like I was kind of like, I should have just waited for it to come back to entry, but I didn't, and I got in at super negative because it shot all the way up, bro. I got entered right this low, and it shot up like thankfully
shot up quick too.
And thankfully I set it to like the original stop loss, because if I set it to the stop loss down here, I would have gone kicked out.
Yeah.
This actually lined up with Marcus's strategy, the 1 minute zones and 8 minute entries.
Oh, really?
So his actually started from down here. So thankfully I didn't follow his, and I followed my 10-minute one, because if I did that, I probably would have gone stopped out.
Yeah, I was at that point. I already had made like 500, and I was like, I'm done for the night. And then I seen that scalp, and I'm like, you know what? It's a demo. Let me just run it, and it shot up. I'm like, oh, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
I was tripping out. I was like, man. I was mad because usually when this happens, like when I have one win, I don't just enter right away. I take a little break, or I just let it breathe a little bit, And I took it, and I was like, yeah, that was stupid moving me. And I came back, and I was like, oh, thankfully hit TP. And then after that, I just stopped, because I think this one right here lost.
Yeah, because I know after that, I looked at it this morning.
Yeah,
it went back up.
Yeah, it reversed right here. So I was glad that I stopped trading once it hit this, because then I would have just lost, one of these profits right here. It's all good though. CT said not sure of overall direction, but scalps all indices short. So CT is looking at indices as being short, which I could see it too. Overall, I think I could see it being short, but with the sentiment so high, I would go the opposite way. So that's why I still have my buy stop set there. If it hits it, if it doesn't hit it, it's fine. I just delete my buy stop and also sells.
Hey, do you ever look at when you get a 10-minute signal? Do you ever look at the 5-minute chart?
When I get a signal, like
the buy or sell? Because I've been looking at it yesterday and the day before, and it's every time I go back to look on the 5-minute chart, the signal comes the first 5 minutes of the candle, and then like I'm thinking like maybe if you test it, but maybe if you jump in on the 5-minute, you catch that full candle. Because every time I look back, it's always two, like the 10 minutes, it's always two candles, and the signal's always on the first one.
Yeah, because sometimes, I get what you're saying. Like sometimes you'll get a signal on the 10-minute, and then you'll go on the 5-minute, and it'll actually close 5 minutes early, like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Early, and then you just take it from there. I've done that before. When I used to trade options, like I used to trade binary options before. I don't know if you've ever traded those.
No.
But, with the binary options, it was like, have you traded normal options before?
No.
Okay, so basically normal options is like they'll give you a strike price. They'll give you a price right here, and then you'll bet whether price will be above it or below it. So basically, if I get a buy signal, say on like the 5-minute, I'll go like on the 3-minute and 1 minute, and if I get a buy signal on all three of those, because they usually line up. If I get a buy signal on all three of those, I'll bet that price is going to be above this certain price point, like where we got the signal. Like say if this was a signal here, and the entry point would be right here. So the strike price would be here. And I'm like convinced that price is going to be above that entry point. Like it's going to be bullish, like even if it's just a pip. So if it's up a pip and you're right, then you win that contract. And usually that contract is split like 50-50. So you have like $100 contract. If you win, you make $50. If you lose, you lose $50. So that's like one thing that I used to do. It's like literally gambling, but it worked for me for so long until I just got tired of it, because it's hard to scale that.
That's stocks though, right? Or
no, you can do binary options on like anything. You can do it on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can do it for Forex pairs. You can do it for indices. You can do it for, whatever they normally.
Oh,
care.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to trade on this one. I used to trade on Nadex. you ever want to take a look at it. You can play around with it. It's pretty cool, but it's literally like gambling because you can't really scale when you trade binaries on here. But yeah, this is what I used to trade binary options on. Like you can see right here where they have lines on the chart.
Yeah.
That's basically like the strike price. Like when price reaches that point, if it's above it or below it, you can bet whether price is going to be above that price or below that price.
On like a candle close or?
Yeah. So depending on which contracts you're looking at, they have like 5-minute contracts, they have like 10-minute contracts and stuff like that. But it's hard to scale this. Like you can make quick money trading this, but you can also lose a lot of money quickly doing this too. So I don't do it anymore because it's not sustainable. I mean, it's sustainable.
Okay.
It's sustainable if you have some sort of trading plan that works with it, but overall, it's like literally like gambling.
Yeah, I'm only sticking to what I know. And
Yeah,
I barely know this as it is.
Yeah, and the thing with us is like we already know how US 30 moves, and our strategies work perfectly fine with it. So I just stick to using it. It's just like there's really no point in us. Like you're better off just mastering one thing and just going heavier on your lot size, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, dude. I gotta log off. I got a mentoring session right now at 6. I gotta set up.
All right.
But yeah, dude, good talking to you. I guess I'll catch you guys again on this next week. Where's
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle logged off. I didn't realize he was gone.
Yeah, it was a little while ago, I think.
Oh, cool. All right, dude, for sure. So I'll catch you again next week, same time.
Yep. Thanks, Shawn.
All right, man, dude. I'll see you.